a WikiVidi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. 2018 Kerala floods. Beginning on the 15th of August 2018, severe floods affected the South Indian state of Kerala, due to unusually high rainfall during the monsoon season. It was the worst flooding in Kerala in nearly a century. Over 483 people died, and 15 are missing. At least 1 million people were evacuated, mainly from Chengannur, Pandanad, Edanad, Aranmula, Kozhencherry, Eloor, Ranni, Pandalam, Kuttanad, Aluva, and Chalakudy, N.Paravur, Chendamangalam, Eloor and few places in Vypin Island. All 14 districts of the state were placed on red alert. According to the Kerala government, 1/6 of the total population of Kerala had been directly affected by the floods and related incidents. The Indian government had declared it a Level 3 calamity, or calamity of a severe nature. It is the worst flood in Kerala after the Great Flood of '99 that happened in 1924. 35 out of the 54 dams within the state were opened for the first time in history. All 5 overflow gates of the Idukki Dam were opened at the same time, for the first time in 26 years. Heavy rains in Wayanad and Idukki have caused severe landslides and have left the hilly districts isolated. The situation was regularly monitored by the Prime Minister, and the National Crisis Management Committee coordinated the rescue and relief operations. Causes: Kerala received heavy monsoon rainfall, which was about 256% more than the usual rainfall in Kerala, on the mid-evening of August 8, resulting in dams filling to capacity. In the first 24 hours of rainfall the state received of rain. Almost all dams had been opened since the water level had risen close to overflow level due to heavy rainfall, flooding local low-lying areas. For the first time in the state's history, 35 of its 54 dams had been opened. The government of Kerala argued in the Supreme Court that the sudden release of water from the Mullaperiyar Dam by the Tamil Nadu government was one of the reasons for the devastating flood in Kerala. The Tamil Nadu government rejected the argument, saying that Kerala suffered the deluge due to the discharge of excess water from 80 reservoirs across Kerala, spurred by heavy rains from within the state. It also argued that the flood surplus from the Idukki Dam is mainly due to the flows generated from its own independent catchment due to unprecedented heavy rainfall, while the discharge from Mullaperiyar Dam was significantly less. Though it is difficult to attribute any single event to climate change, its possible role in causing the heavy rainfall event over Kerala cannot be ruled out. Impact: a state official told AFP that 370 people have died, while the Economic Times has reported that 33,000 people have been rescued. The Kerala State Disaster Management Authority has placed the state in a red alert as a result of the intense flooding. A number of water treatment plants were forced to cease pumping water, resulting in poor access to clean water, especially in northern districts of the state. Over 3,274 relief camps have been opened at various locations to accommodate the flood victims. It is estimated that 1,247,496 people have found shelter in such camps. The flooding has affected hundreds of villages, destroyed an estimated of roads, and thousands of homes have been damaged or destroyed. The government cancelled Onam celebrations, whose allocated funds have been reallocated to relief efforts. On August 12, Cochin International Airport, India's 4th busiest in terms of international traffic, and the busiest in the state, suspended all operations until 29 August, following runway flooding. Many schools throughout the state have been closed, and tourists have been dissuaded or banned from some districts due to safety concerns. Kochi Metro was closed briefly on August 16, and has since begun offering free service to aid those affected by the flooding. Due to heavy rain and rising water levels, the Southern Railway has suspended train services on the Thiruvananthapuram Kottayam Ernakulam and Ernakulam Shore and Palakkad sections. Rescue: being instructed by the Cabinet Secretary, senior officers of Defence Services, NDRF, NDMA and secretaries of civilian ministries conducted meetings with Kerala Chief Secretary, Following the decisions taken during these meetings, the centre launched massive rescue and relief operations. In one of the largest rescue operations, 40 helicopters, 31 aircraft, 182 teams for rescue, 18 medical teams of defence forces, 58 teams of NDRF and 7 companies of Central Armed Police Forces were pressed into service along with over 500 boats and necessary rescue equipments. The fishermen from across Kerala were engaged in the flood rescue missions. According to the government's estimate, a total of 4,537 from the fishermen community participated in the rescue operation with 669 fishing boats. They managed to rescue more than 65,000 people from various districts. Pinarayi Vijayan honoured the fishermen, and the Fisheries Minister J. Mersaikuttiammar said that the government will provide financial aid to repair the fishing boats which were partially damaged in the rescue operations, while new ones will be provided for those boats which were completely destroyed. According to estimates, 7 boats were completely destroyed, while 452 were partially destroyed. Animals. Sally Varma of Humane Society International arranged for animals to be rescued and transported to special shelters that housed affected animals. Social media has been used to highlight the rescue of multiple animals: dogs, cats, goats, cows, cattle, ducks and snakes, with animal feed and medicine transported to affected areas. A worker with the Humane Society International spoke out against the tethering and leaving of pets that occurred. That became a problem. So many tethered animals just drowned. These animals are natural swimmers, and it is better to keep them free so they can swim to higher ground. According to government records, more than 8,000 cattle, calves and buffaloes, 3,297 goats, and 47 dogs have died due to the flooding. The district collector of Malappuram and its chief of police have instructed the police force to save any animal that they encounter during rescue operations. Response. At a press conference on the 11th of August, Chief Secretary Tom Jose said, "Things are well under control. The government is on top of this situation." Prime Minister Narendra Modi conducted an aerial survey and offered federal support to Kerala. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan described the floods as something that has never happened before in the history of Kerala, and placed some of the blame on neighbouring Tamil Nadu for not releasing excess water from the state-operated Mullaperiyar Dam, which worsened the situation. International. The United States Embassy urged its citizens to avoid traveling to the affected areas. The UAE Embassy in India issues warning for its citizens regarding the flood. The embassy also said that the weather agencies in India have given warnings regarding heavy rainfall in the southern state of Kerala. The President of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has instructed the formation of a National Emergency Committee to provide relief assistance to people affected by flash floods in the Indian state of Kerala. Imran Khan, the newly elected Prime Minister of Pakistan, expressed his grief at the loss of lives in Kerala floods, and he said his country is ready to provide any humanitarian assistance if needed. There was a controversy regarding an alleged offer of $100 million from the government of the UAE. Ministry of External Affairs of India clarified that they received no such offer for financial help from any country. The UAE ambassador to India also declared that, officially, there was no announcement on donation to the state of Kerala. Immediate drought after flood. A few days after receiving one of the highest rainfall in a century, Kerala came under the threat of severe drought. Water level in wells, ponds and rivers have recorded lowest levels, and some wells even collapsed. The water level in wells, especially in high ranges of Idukki district, has come down by 20 feet in just a matter of 15 days. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has directed the State Council for Science, Technology and Environment to carry out studies on the phenomenon after floods across the state and suggest possible solutions to the problem. A.B. Anita, Executive Director, Centre for Water Resources Development Management, an autonomous research institution under the state government, said heavy runoff of the topsoil in the upland areas and the siltation in the rivers were the reasons for the falling water level. The topsoil in the hills and upland areas had been removed in the flash floods to a depth of up to 2 meters in many places. As the topsoil was shaved off, it ruined the hill's capacity to sponge in rainwater, she said. Ms. Anita cited ecological destruction caused by deforestation, harmful land use in the upland areas, and sand mining in the streams and rivers as having contributed to the topsoil runoff and siltation. This was exacerbated by the impact of climate change at the macro level. Echoing her views, experts at the National Institute of Technology, Calicut, said it was usual for the water level in the rivers and domestic wells to fall after fluvial floods. Normally, a river flows through the sand of its own bearing till the mouth. However, this time the discharge has been full, taking the sand and the rocks in the youth stage along with the floods, so the water level in the rivers comes down. And when the river water level is reduced, the groundwater table also does not get replenished since the rivers and groundwater table are connected, said K. Sasyendran, geologist and professor at the NITSE. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?